Alright, here we go. We're going to make beef Stroganoff. Alright, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some blackening seasoning. If you don't have blackening seasoning, you can substitute with paprika. You're going to need some heavy whipping cream. You're going to need some garlic. You're going to need some sour cream. You're going to need half of a red onion. You're going to need some bouillon, beef. You're going to need, I'm using about almost a pound of boneless beef short ribs, but you can use bottom round or top round or any kind of roast. You can use stew meat, any kind of meat you want to use pretty much, except for chicken or pork. And okay, so you're gonna need some red wine, a little bit of flour, and you're gonna need some brandy. And also, this is optional, some mushrooms. Alright, so I'm just going to show you a few times. Cut your meat up thin. As thin as you can. That's, I mean, you see how that's pretty thin. Now we're going to just salt and pepper some of this meat liberally.
What does liberally mean?
Put a lot on there. Be generous. And add some of the blackening seasoning on there. Okay. Then what we're going to do is just move the meat over to a saucer. Sprinkle it with flour. Just make sure you coat it all pretty good. Make a mess so some people clean it up.
You mean the person who makes the mess cleans it up?
No.
Yes.
The wife or the girlfriend picks up the mess.
The one who makes the mess picks it up.
Alright. Just coat it real good. Freaky with it. Alright. Over here. We got a little bit of oil in the pan. We're going to add 2 things of butter in there. That nice and hot. I'm going to put our meat in there. Now let's just add it on there. You can go ahead and add the flour in there too. Alright, we're not going to cook this meat all the way up. We're just going to do it until the red gets out of it and it's got a little bit of color. And then I'm going to remove it and make the sauce. Also, I forgot to tell you, you're going to need egg noodles. I'm using these. And while you're cooking up this stuff, it would probably be a good idea to put these noodles on. You can see our meat here is getting a little bit of color, so I'm about ready to take this off. See, you also see at the same time on the separately, I got these mushrooms sauteing up. So I'm going to add those mushrooms at the very end. Alright, I just took my meat out. I'm adding the onions and a little bit of garlic and a little bit more butter. And I'm going to, all those bits, I'm going to get all those bits up because that's going to be some flavor right there. Alright, we got our onions sauteed up pretty good. Now we're going to add a little bit of wine. Maybe about that much. And now we're going to add a little bit of the brandy. Yeah, maybe about that much. And we're going to kick it up and we're going to reduce this liquid. The alcohol is going to burn off, so all we'll have in there is the flavor. Alright, after the wine's been in and stuff, now you see how this has got kind of the consistency already of a sauce already. So now we're going to add the bouillon, and we're using the Better Than bouillon, but basically we're using about a half of a cup of bouillon. So we use the paste. So now we put the paste in and then just add the water, just a half a cup.
1 cup.
Or I'm sorry, 1 cup. Okay. Now what we're going to do is reduce this liquid down. Alright, I got the pasta whiz going on right here. What you got here?
you want a big pot for pasta, and you want a lot of water so your pasta can move around. Don't try to stuff your pasta in a small container.
That's what she said.
She also says if it doesn't force it, but that's something else. You want a whole lot of salt for pasta.
Now that's not regular, that's sea salt,
just
so it's
coarse salt.
okay.
But you want a good, you want a good amount of salt for pasta.
10-4.
You want to bring this to a rolling boil.
Rolling boil, okay. Then when the rolling boil comes, we're gonna add the pasta, correct?
You have to read your instructions.
Oh, okay. We're gonna read instructions now.
Okay, so this one says 10 to 12 minutes. We're gonna go for 10 minutes because we don't want it mushy. We just want it out.
Okay, so roll and boil. Then you're gonna dump that in there and leave it in there for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Sour cream. Now you see what we got here? You see it's pretty thick consistency. Now we're at about, let's call it 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And we're at about a tablespoon of heavy cream. Alright, so what we're going to do now is going to just simmer this just a little bit more. And we're going to add the mushrooms in. And then we're going to adjust for salt, pepper, or maybe a little bit more cream or sour cream. We'll just see. I'll see how it goes. Alright, here goes the mushrooms. We're not putting all those in there. Alright, let's add a little bit of sauce. Alright, let's try this.
Don't shove it in.
Just get a little bit of pasta. That's good.
Oh, we're gonna find the right piece. That's delicious. Beef Stroganov. Do it.
Damn.
What would have happened if you had bread or a biscuit or?
Oh my God.
Do you want to lick it?
I'll be right back with y'all.